Oh, hello, this is Tak Chung from Walk with Tak. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe and share. Recently a viewer asked me, did you ever get bored in posting video every single day? And my answer to that is that no, I do not get bored. But the main reason is that because I enjoy cooking and I never get bored from cooking each day. In fact, no matter how bad I feel, physically or emotionally, anytime I walk into the kitchen that day, I feel regenerated and renewed. Cooking is a refuge for me now, but it has not always been this way. For a long time, it is a chore, a necessity that I wish that I could avoid. The reason now is because now I have a system, and I call it the FAST cooking system. And the word FAST is the acronym for the 4 attributes of this cooking system, which is flavor chasing, advanced prepping, stir frying, and template-based cooking. With this system, home cooking is creative and fun. It makes home cooking practical, efficient, and fast. Now, home cooking is no longer a chore, rather it is a pleasurable activity. So the goal of my YouTube channel is introduce you to the fast cooking system, to help you to find pleasure in home cooking, because only when you enjoy the things that you do, it will become sustainable, and this is particularly true with home cooking. A template-based cooking is the attribute of the cooking system that allow you to make the modifications and adjustments based on availability of the ingredients, taste preferences, and the time available, so that you can be creative and innovative to create the dishes that you like. A successful home cooking involves problem solving, and the fast cooking system provides you the tools for solving these problems so that it can be both creative and fun. Recently, I have a most welcomed problem because my neighbor brought me some smallmouth bass that he caught in his pond. He had it already filleted and ready to go. And my wife Joni loves fish, and I know I will be in big trouble if I did not cook it right away for dinner that night. However, I did not have any plan for cooking fish. I'm not worried with my fast cooking system, however. I can make quick adjustments and make the process both fun and creative. I have a shallow fry template to cook this fish. I will cut them into small pieces and then I will coat them with cornstarch. Now, I have used this template for many other fishes, such as smallmouth, bluegill, sea bass, crappie, catfish, and tilapia. I'm well familiar with this template, and I know this will turn out to be great. First, I'm going to coat the fish with about 1 tablespoon of my basic seasoning mix. Now, this will enhance the umami flavor of the fish. Since it is a white fish, this will give the fish better flavor. After that, I'm going to also coat the fish with 1 tablespoon of cornstarch. The cornstarch will keep the flesh of the fish moist and tender, and also a little bit flaky as well. The cornstarch will also create a light breading, provide a slight crispy texture to the fish. Now, in many ways, this method, which is known as shallow frying, is very similar to deep frying, except it uses less oil, and at the same time, it is a healthier way to fry the fish. The advantage of the template-based cooking is because you have familiarity with the template, even though the ingredients has been changed. But because of the similarity of the characteristics of these ingredients to something that you have cooked earlier, all you need to do is to make minor adjustments. Since you already know the basic process of how this works, the adjustments could be very small, and the margin of errors is going to be large. Sometimes it might not turn out exactly how you expect it to be, but occasionally it will turn out even better. So each time you gain experience, you become more familiar with the template. The fast cooking system is based on a set of templates, and really there's not much that many different templates. Once you're familiar with one template, you can apply this template to many variations of different dishes. For example, seasoning the wok using my spot seasoning method can consider to be as a template. And once you understand how to operate this template, you can create a non-stick cook surface in your wok each time before you cook. This method is excellent for creating a non-stick cook surface on a wok with natural surface. It is much better than woks that coated with a non-stick coating. The wok I use is a 14-inch Cuisinart stainless steel wok. This wok is frequently known as wok pan because it has a relatively large flat surface area. So it can be doubled as a small frying pan. As you can see here, I'm able to lay out the fish in a flat surface. And because the fish are cut into small sizes, they will cook very quickly. This method is very efficient. It takes about 30 to 45 seconds to fry one side, and then you flip it over to fry the other side. You notice that it has created a crispy breading. At the same time, the cornstarch protects the fish so that the flesh of the fish will be tender. Now, it is important that you should avoid overcooking and flip the fish as you notice that it is cooked on the other side. For this dish, I'm also going to cook it with vegetable, but I use what is known as protein first, vegetable second template. In this case, the protein that I cook is a fish. That will take longer time than the vegetables. So I'm going to cook the protein first until it's about maybe 50 to 60% done. And then I'm going to cook the vegetable, which would take shorter time than the protein. And then when I add the vegetable to it, I cook them both together. When the vegetable is done, the protein will be done as well. While I'm letting the fish to be fried on the other side, I'm going to add some asparagus. I'm going to rest the asparagus on top of the fish, and this is followed by add some portobello mushroom. Now, these two vegetables I choose for specific reasons because they both can be cooked very quickly. In fact, it will only take them less than a minute to cook. So when they are put together with the fish, by the time when this vegetable is cooked, the fish will be cooked just perfectly. This timing is very important, so this way you will not overcook any of the food ingredients in the dish. At this point, I add some additional cooking oil because the mushroom has a tendency to absorb oil. And in this case, the bottom of the wok will be devoid of oil, and this will lead to the food ingredients from getting burned. By this time, the fish is probably about 80% cooked. I switch to a wok spatula to stir fry everything together. I tend to be very gentle in stirring the content because I do not want to break up the fish. But as you can see, the fish is holding up pretty good. You can understand why this template is known as protein first, vegetable second. Because the protein takes longer time to cook. So you must select vegetables that can cook quickly. Vegetables such as cauliflower and Brussels sprout will not work. And next, I add vegetables that require even less time to cook. For example, the bell pepper, I want to cook it only very lightly. And then I also add romaine lettuce, which I also want to cook very lightly as well. This will allow me to create the freshness of the vegetable. The last vegetable I'm going to add is some cherry tomatoes. This cooking method is known as sequential cooking. It allows you to time the cooking so that all ingredients will cook to the perfect texture. I'm first going to season the dish with oyster sauce. Now, oyster sauce is great for add umami flavor to the dish. But I wanted a stronger flavor. I'm going to add some orange sauce from Panda Express. Now, this method for flavoring your dish is for efficiency. You take advantage of sauce that are already pre-made. But instead of using it just by themselves, by mixing them, you can create flavor exactly tailored to your flavor preference. I know how to create this flavor because I have seasoned dish with this flavor before, and based on my estimation, this will be the type of flavor that I want to have this dish with this kind of food ingredients. One important attribute of my fast cooking system is flavor chasing, which is a concept that you continue to improve the flavor of your dish. And by trying different flavor strategy, you will make the flavor more likely to achieve what your objective is going to be. And my personal preference is that I like to have dishes that have only a light sauce because this will allow me to taste the natural flavor of the ingredients. So this is the template for protein first, vegetable second. Using this template, you can substitute for different kind of proteins, and you can also substitute for different kind of fast cooking vegetables. This is an efficient and versatile template. It will allow you to cook from scratch when you combine it with advanced prepping in less than a few minutes to create diverse dishes, and you will never bore by what you cook and what you eat. I post a video each day to help you to make home cooking as part of your daily routine using my fast cooking system. If you'd like to learn more about this cooking system, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. So keep on cooking. I will see you tomorrow.